What's up, guys? We got a new video for you. This video is called What Being in a 4-Year Relationship Taught Me About Why Women Leave. Let's check this one out.
What's up, brother? I want to make this quick video to talk about what I learned about why women leave from being in a 4-year relationship. Now, with these subjects, okay, you can either be blinded to the truth or you can accept it, but it will happen to you regardless. You cannot tell me like, oh, my woman is different, my woman won't do me like that, because everybody operates through a certain set of rules, and we cannot break these rules no matter who you are. No matter who you are, you're not different. I promise you're not different. So you might want to like listen to this carefully, because otherwise what's gonna happen to me will happen to you. Because I used to say this. I used to say, well, my woman is different, she doesn't care about all that stuff, but the whole time she did, I just didn't know. Okay, so I was with this woman for 4 years. Okay, a really solid relationship, really good relationship overall. Like, 4 years is a long time, so that's when you start talking about long-term relationship, getting married and stuff like that. And we were when she met me. Okay, when she met me, I was the guy that was really like always on my shit, on my purpose, always ambitious. I would like do my 50 to 100 push-ups every single day, and I was kind of in good shape, and but mentally I was really sharp. Like, I was really aiming for greatness in life, and she saw that, and she was like attracted to my drive. And then time went by, and the relationship was good, everything was perfect. And then everything changed when I landed this like big paying job. Okay, I landed this job, and during the thing is with this job, okay, I was making a lot of money, more money than I ever made in my entire life. Okay, and I became like really like distracted by that, right? Because not only was I spending all my time working, but I didn't need to bother about money. So I would pay all my bills, then I would put 75% of my income into my high interest saving account, and with the rest I could enjoy my life basically, because I was financially smart. And then, but even with the amount of money that I had to spend, I still had too much money to know what to do with it. So I was literally like money, money, money. Like, oh my god, we went on 2 trips in the span of 6 months. I was buying clothes, I was buying jackets, I was buying shoes, like every single week something new, because even by the time my bank account would go a little bit down, and it was just my checkings, it was filled up again because of the next paycheck. So the problem was that during that time, the money made me fucking comfortable. The money made me forget my purpose. The money made me forget who I was. So even the work, like the amount of work I was working, it made me forget. It made this my sole priority. And in the process, I lost my discipline. I stopped being physically active. I stopped waking up early. I stopped giving a fuck about my big goals in life, and I even stopped doing the fucking push-ups. I stopped doing anything. Not only because I had the girl, but also because I had the job. I had like I don't know what more can a man ask for. Like, if you have a woman and you have money, like, it's like you almost have everything. So I basically almost had everything. But the problem is that I believe it didn't affect the relationship. But slowly but surely, I saw some signs that shit was not the same. So we started to like drift apart a little bit. I didn't understand why at the time, because I was just so much in the middle of it. My emotions were also getting in the way, and I just wasn't like aware of the stuff that was happening. But truth is, stuff was happening, and she started to show signs of a potential breakup, which is something that we didn't really plan on. Like, we always said that we were going to stay together forever. Like, that was one of the things. But they started to get signs of like it's not working. It's not working. Like, it's not working between her and I. So the first one was like, she stopped being as submissive. We stopped being romantic between each other.
Wow, that's crazy. Submissive, stop being. So you would think that with a good job, with a good relationship, everything going good, that's the last thing you would be worried about, right? That's what you would think. And usually that's the case. If he's saying all this, and if all this is true, then she doesn't want for naught. The only thing that I could think of right now is why. He hasn't technically explained it, but I'm assuming that it was just the lack of attention. But like I said, I'm anxious to see what he's actually going to say, what made her do that, because you hear this slogan a lot when you hear that women are never satisfied, or there's always something around that corner. because you give a woman everything that they tell you that they want, and then you turn around a month later and now they want more. It depends. You got to be real careful with who you're dealing with too. So, like I said, I'm not gonna get up ahead of myself. Let's chill. Let's relax, and let's see what this guy says.
We stopped. We started to argue way more. We started to argue in public. We couldn't agree on anything. It just started to feel like the relationship was dying. And the truth is, the biggest thing was that she started to lose respect for me. That's what happens when a woman loses respect for you. Like, if she loses respect for you, the relationship is almost over, because now it's just not gonna work. But I didn't understand why. Because, like, in terms of money, I was there. In terms of, like, myself, I thought I was there. Like, I didn't really believe it mattered if I was waking up late.
I mean, yeah, the signs, definitely. If a woman is disrespecting you, if a woman is, like you said, not being submissive anymore, or even talking to you out the side of her neck, those are clear-cut signs of, hey, I'm not into you anymore. I'm really not trying to be with you long-term anymore. Anytime a woman does any of those things, guys, usually they do it early so you can pick it up, right? Then you know. She's with me because she can get something out of me. She's not with me because she actually adores me or she cares about me, guys. And so when they start doing that, they got one foot out the door.
My physique was not in check, and outside of work, I didn't have no discipline. But then it really got bad, brother, when towards the end of it, we stopped being intimate. I'm not gonna lie, like, that's like, it's hard for a man to say this, like, my woman doesn't want to be intimate with me, but it's true, bro. At the end, she didn't want to be intimate with me. And it hurts your ego, it hurts your self-worth. It hurts, like, everything about you as a man when your woman doesn't want to be intimate with you. It's like, fuck, bro, what the fuck is going on here? Like, am I really, like, I'm not that unattractive to you, can't I be? And that's the moment that I realized, like, I had this big realization, because we argued about this a little bit towards the end, like, just 1 month before breaking up. And, you know, I told her, like, why aren't we as intimate? Why aren't we as romantic as we used to be? Like, why is the dynamic of the relationship so fucking different? And, you know, she told me, like, in order for me to even want to be intimate with you, and obviously she didn't say it that way, but that's the way, that's what she meant. She said, I need to feel certain emotions towards you, and I'm not feeling these emotions right now. I was just like, emotions towards me? Like, what do you mean? Like, and I knew, like, I already knew at this time, it had been so bad that I already knew that the shit was over, but I was still like, fuck, like, like, what do you mean emotions? And then shortly after, we did end up breaking up. And that's why, like, I'm just gonna wait. Give me a sec, bro.
Wow. Nosy. Get the hell out of here, man, y'all. All right. Try to go somewhere and can't even do that.
That's when I realized, brother. That's what you gotta realize too, is that women don't give a fuck about how much money you're making. They give a fuck about your fucking potential. So as soon as they see that your potential is declining, they are going to fucking leave and lose attraction for you, okay?
You know, I'm not going to 100% agree with that, guys. I think that I will say that money is only a Band-Aid for most women. So all these rich men and these people who are really successful and they have these beautiful women on their side, that's on borrowed time. Because 9 times out of 10, that woman is not attracted to you. She's attracted to what she can get. And that gets old. That doesn't last forever. Usually that doesn't have a long lifespan, right? Eventually that box is going to get moist, but not for you, okay? It's going to get moist for somebody they're actually attracted to. And that's why you see all these women, or a lot of them, who are with successful men, right? But then when they cheat and they go behind their husbands or their boyfriends' backs, it's usually somebody who's not even close to being as successful as they are. It's usually just somebody who is attractive, right? And that's what it is. When you break it all the way down to simple as you can make it, it boils down to attraction, right? That's one thing a woman can't run from. That's one thing she can't deny to herself. If she's attracted to somebody, if she's looking at a man, or if she's around a man and he's making her moist, she can't control that. right? No amount of money is going to stop that. You can come in there and put a gun to her head. You can say, if I bring in this guy that you're super attracted to, and I make you guys kiss and I make you guys touch, and if you become moist, I'm pulling the trigger. Then guess what? She's not going to make it to the next day, right? Because that box is going to get moist. So that's something she cannot control. So that's what I'm saying when I say money is just a Band-Aid.
Okay? It's a hard reality. It's a hard truth that many men don't want to accept. But guess what? That's the reason why most men lose their girl, okay? Because they get complacent. It's not because you have it that you don't have any competition anymore. You're in competition with everybody that first of all, with the old version of you, you're in competition with him. You're in competition with every man that she sees every single day. You're in competition with every man that she sees on social media and in movies. And that when she compares them to you, and she's like, my man is not that type of guy. My man is not even close to that type of guy. And if she loses that raw attraction for you, if she feels like she could do better than you.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think she was full on attracted to this guy, because if she was, that would have never stopped. It had to be something else, guys. There had to be something else that basically put her away, put her off from him. Okay. I can't put a finger on it because I don't know. And I'm just being honest with you guys. I really just don't know on this scenario. There definitely are exceptions to these things. When I talk about, what usually happens when or why people, disperse from a relationship, it's usually 90%, as that. But there's always exceptions to every rule. This one seems like a different scenario. And this is one I can't actually put my finger on right now.
The relationship dynamic is going to be over, because if she doesn't feel like she needs you, if she's not scared of you losing you, if she's not like, I could lose this guy, like, oh my god, if I lose this guy, it wouldn't be good, like, there's a lot of other women that would take him, he could replace me. If she doesn't feel that, if she feels like, no, my man is just like these other guys and all that, and she's gonna lose respect for you, unfortunately. And it's like, you can be like, oh yeah, but my woman will never, she really loves me, and I used to really believe that too, bro. I used to really believe that too, because my woman, she was a good woman. But guess what? The worst type of woman, once you let yourself go, they will just cheat on you. The best type of woman, the one with values and morals, they will stay with you in that relationship, but they will slowly lose respect for you, and it will start being one of these fucking awful relationships, okay? These relationships where it's like she sees your name pop on the phone, and she's like, and every time you guys speak, it's like she doesn't really want to speak to you anymore, and she doesn't really want to talk. She disrespects you. You guys don't have anything left to say. She's there, but you guys are always arguing. Like, these are the worst type of relationships. And most of the time when it's like that, it's not too late, but it's going to be too late if you don't realize that.
Yeah, it's too late by then. Let's take that back. It is too late once they start doing that, guys. That means that they don't want to be there. A woman is going to show you if she wants to be there or not, period. It's that simple. It's as simple as that. They're going to let you know, do they want to be there or do they not? And they will let you know. And if they're doing that, the stuff he just described, they don't want to be there. They're just biding time. It's just a matter of time before that balloon pops. That's really what that is. Okay. And he seems really young. And so one thing that I may be able to draw from this is that, young people, relationship, 4 years, you become a creature of habit. You start doing things over and over again. She starts becoming complacent, and he is just moving the same way he's been moving since they first, got together. And I think that may possibly be the thing to have put her off. Right now, unfortunately, at this time in their lives, in this relationship, these things can occur, because when you're young and in a relationship and everything's kind of going smoothly for the most part, and like I said, she saw him getting a little comfortable on some of the stuff he used to do when she got with him. Combine that with just everything just being safe, right? And that could be something that deterred her, because a lot of women like a little turmoil. They like a little bit of spice in their life, especially young women, right? They like to be tested every now and then. And maybe he wasn't doing that for her. And also add the fact that she's young, they're both young, and she didn't see him being the final stage in her relationship type of situation. So, she started doing things, push back, talking crazy, disrespecting a little bit here and there, distancing herself from him. And those things basically led him to what this video is we're watching now. They finally breaking up. He saw it. He realized, that he passed a point of no return, and no matter what he did, he wasn't going to change her mind now. And that's basically what it was. And they finally just said, you know what, let's call it.
You need to stay sharp. You need to always be the best version of yourself. And the mistake that most men do is that they let, first of all, their physique completely go down the window, which is the most physical way of showing that you still care about yourself. When you're not in shape, it's like you don't even care anymore, and she sees that. She's not going to tell it to you. But again, every time like you take off your shirt and like there's a belly fat and she doesn't really like, she's going to look at it and just be like, bro, like I could do better than that. And she's not going to consciously think these things, but eventually as the honeymoon phase fades away, she's going to be like, man, I could do a little bit better than this guy, or I'll be better alone than with this guy. It doesn't matter who you lose her to. Like, she could just say, I'd rather be alone than with this guy, right? Because now he pisses me off. He's not even the best version of himself. Like, that's the only reason why. You want to know something too, bro? Like, when we broke up, she was like, that's one thing you let me go, okay? Let me go. So, when we broke up, okay, that's what you don't want to happen. You don't want her friends to talk badly about you. You don't want her friends to tell her, like, oh, you could do better than this guy. Like, this guy's a fucking loser. What are you doing with this guy? The second her friend says this, you're probably over, because they think like with this hive mind. So it's like if she doesn't feel like other woman wants you, she's gonna be like, why would I be with a guy that other women don't want? And
I mean, to be honest with you, if that's how she felt, then you kind of won. You actually consider yourself lucky. Rather, go through this shit now with no wedding ring and no kids involved than to go through this shit, 10 years from now and dealing with that. And he also seems to be talking about a woman who wasn't in love with him, guys. Okay, she didn't love him. She didn't, because if she loved him, those things would be understood. That's a part of life. Everybody is not going to look the same. Okay, it's just not that what it is. And like I said, when you're young in a relationship like that, you don't have the foresight to actually have those thoughts, if that makes any sense. There becomes a time in your life where you reach an age where you say, or you start to realize, it's like that third eye kind of opening, and you realize that what life is actually really about, and you start to move accordingly. But a lot of people don't, that third eye never opens, or it just isn't her time for that eye to open. You know what I mean? And so I don't think she had the foresight to understand that he's not always going to be this in shape. These things are not going to always be that way. Now, are you willing to ride or die when those situations arise? And a lot of people don't have that mindset. And apparently she did not. And then also says that she wasn't truly in love with him, because if she really was, then those things wouldn't necessarily matter as much. Instead of, I guess, just putting him down or thinking a certain way or trying to put one foot outside of the door, you would use that to say, hey, try to encourage, your significant other. Try to have conversations with them and things of that nature. Let them know how you feel and what you would like, right? And I think she could have got the same results. She could have got him to get back on his regimen and do certain things like that, if she was really down for the cause. But, as you can see, it usually doesn't work out that way. And the funny thing is, 10, 15 years later, she's probably going to think about this guy, and he's going to cross her mind, and she's going to say, you know what? Maybe that was the one that got away, actually, because look, in life, people slip up, people fall off. That's just part of life. And it just tells me that if you're with somebody and you've been with them that long and you start to see him fall off, instead of helping him get back up, you just said, you know what? I'm going to leave you where you fell. And that's the difference between, what I'm trying to explain.
it's like, I know, it's like, bro, what? Like, your girl, yeah, your girl, bro. She's not gonna tell you, but she's gonna subconsciously feel these things and slowly lose attraction for you. And then, when we broke up, bro, she came and she was like, my cousin I told the whole story to my cousin, because her cousin is like one of her best friends, and she was like, my cousin said that I don't need you, I could do better. You serve me no purpose. I was like, fuck, bro. I never forget that phrase. That was like one of the last phrases she told me. I was like, you don't need me? She's like, no, I don't need you. And you see, like, I had all the money in my bank account. I was making so much money. Like, it wasn't about the fucking money. It was about the whole, every single other areas as a man. Like, money is one thing, but if money was really the fucking thing that kept women, the guys with the most amount of women would be the fucking billionaires that are 70 years old. But they're not the one. They're not the one. When you see like a healthy relationship, bro, it's like it's just completely different because the woman look at the man with admiration, like he is the best. That's the truth, man. Like that's the actual honest to God truth. And I had to realize this the hard way. Hard way. And you guys that are in a relationship right now or planning to be in a long-term relationship, get your fucking physique in check. Get your mindset in check. Get all your habits in check. And once you're with that woman, don't let it go. I promise you guys are letting it go like she's not gonna leave. Hey, we live in an era where people think they have so many options, where people are constantly comparing you, and
I agree with that.
I promise you, it's only a matter of time.
And that's a huge catalyst in relationships in today's society, guys, in today's time, and that's social media. That's if he said anything in this video, this is some of the realest shit he ever said, right? Women are being raised by social media, and social media is leading them astray. It is lying to them, is making them think that they have all these options when they honestly do not have them, okay? And just like women are using this social media thing, men are using it too. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to see the signs. They're starting to understand what this is about. And they're choosing not to waste their time, their money, their resources on something that they know in the end is going to end up hurting them more than helping them. So now men are so reluctant to go on dates and, spend money and spend time and do these things with women because, guys, it's a cesspool out here. So now they're out here cherry picking, and then as a result, the dating scene is just fading away, guys. And with that being said, I think I'm going to end it here. I want to thank everybody for watching the video. If you liked it, consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I drop content every single day on this channel. And with that being said, guys, I will see you all in the next video.